You're watching North Alabama's news leader. This is News 19 at 6:30.
We got a dangerous man off the street today. He is never going to see the light of day again. And, that's a good thing for not just our community, but that's a good thing for this country.
The search for an escapee charged with murder and a Lauderdale County jailer accused of helping him get away is over. Good evening, I'm Jerry Hayes.
And I'm Christine Killemeyer. The 11-day search for Casey White and Vicky White ending in dramatic fashion this afternoon in Evansville, Indiana. After
11 days of being on the run, a wanted inmate and corrections officer in Lauderdale County has ended more than 200 miles away in Indiana. Right now, the end of the search for Casey and Vicky White is over.
Again, that's nearly 300 miles away from where the two escaped the Lauderdale County Jail 11 days ago. They first ditched a vehicle in Williamson County, Tennessee, near Bethesda. The two then made their way north to Evansville.
Now, this image right here was taken by a surveillance camera in a car wash in Evansville. The manager of that car wash says the photo was taken Tuesday, 6 days ago, and it appears to be Casey White. According to the manager, the two abandoned a 2006 Ford F-150 pickup and got into a different vehicle, but apparently stayed in southern Indiana for at least a week.
Well, they're criminals. Sometimes they do things that are unexplainable, but in this case, I'm glad they did.
Vanderburgh County Sheriff Dave Wedding says after ditching the F-150, the pair was then driving a Cadillac truck. That truck spotted near the sheriff's office today, and a tip called into deputies set off a chase.
We gained information that a vehicle matching the description of a suspect vehicle was near our sheriff's office. So the U.S. Marshals Task Force and deputy sheriffs went to the area. Soon thereafter, the male and female fled in a vehicle on Highway 41 northbound, went past Highway 57. As you can see, they turned here on Birch Park Drive. They came through this grassy area. The Marshals Task Force officers intercepted them, actually collided with them to try to end the pursuit. When this occurred, the female driver of the vehicle shot herself, and the passenger was injured, not too seriously. They've both been taken to local hospitals to be examined for their injuries. Her injuries are very serious.
Meanwhile, relief coming out of the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office, and that's where News 19 reporter Addison Willman joins us now live with the latest from Sheriff Rick Singleton. Addison.
Lauderdale County Sheriff Rick Singleton was finally able to announce this evening that longtime employee Vicky White and capital murder suspect Casey White have been caught. The pair left Singleton's jail on April 29th and weren't seen again by law enforcement until today. The manhunt stretched over 3 states and 11 days. The first car they used was located near Spring Hill, Tennessee, but it turned out it had been abandoned just a few hours after they left. The biggest break came today when marshals descended on Evansville after receiving word of a vehicle and suspect descriptions. Sheriff Rick Singleton said he finally got to hold the press conference that he's been waiting for more than a week.
He will be brought here. He has to be brought back here, and she does, to face arraignment on the new charges. He is charged with escape. She has multiple charges on her now. They will have to be brought back here for arraignment. We've already made arrangements with the Department of Corrections. He will be brought here for arraignment. If it's 2 o'clock in the morning, it doesn't matter. The judge has agreed to come out. He will be arraigned and immediately transferred to the Department of Corrections.
Sheriff Rick Singleton says he bears no ill will towards Vicky White, but their office is still looking for answers. I'll continue to bring you the latest throughout the night here on WHNT News 19. For now, though, live in Lauderdale County, Addison Willman, News 19.
Addison, thank you. Now, you may remember that in June, Casey White is supposed to go on trial for the murder of Connie Ridgway.
Connie murdered in 2015, and her case went cold for 5 years. Until Casey White supposedly confessed to her murder in 2020. Lauderdale County District Attorney Chris Connolly says he has been in contact with Connie's family to keep them updated on the very latest in this case. He says after the two were finally captured, he contacted them, and that was his first priority.
We primarily want to bring him back here and hold him accountable, not only for this escape, obviously, but for the murder of Connie Ridgway. So we're going to be working with the Sheriff's Department to make sure that we can get him extradited and get him back here and hold him accountable. I mean, that was our first priority when we found out that they were captured, is to let them know that, and we've done that, so they know.
Meanwhile, earlier today, the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office also got its hands on the car that investigators say the pair used to escape Florence. That car, again, found Friday in Tennessee. The 2007 Ford Edge was found near Bethesda, likely abandoned because of mechanical issues, and you see that botched paint job there. The car was then taken to a warehouse in Lauderdale County, where investigators will also inspect it. Again, Vicky White, Casey White, last seen in Alabama on Friday, April 29th. The two finally captured today in Evansville, thanks to tips from the public. The U.S. Marshals, along with Alabama Governor Kay Ivey, were offering $25,000 in total reward money for both of their captures. No word yet on if that reward money will be given out to anyone. To follow along our 11 days of coverage of this manhunt that has gripped a country, you can check out those stories on WHNT.com.
Now, your Weather Authority forecast with Chief Meteorologist Danielle Dozier.
Well, good afternoon. We are taking a look here at what we can expect as we head into the rest of tonight. Right now, our temperatures are at 78 degrees and we've got a wind at 7 miles per hour. If you're out walking your dog tonight, here's Chloe. Nice little picture of her here for us. 8 o'clock temperature will be at 72. 9 o'clock temperature will be at 70. So it's going to be a very warm evening for us, but a dry one. So you will not need your raincoat or your umbrella. Take a look at your forecast tonight. Low temperatures are going to be cooling down into the upper 50s with those winds out of the east-southeast between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Will keep it clear overnight. Now, after the somewhat cool start to the day, it's going to be a very warm afternoon. We will take a look at your forecast for your Tuesday, and we're looking ahead to when some rain chances enter the picture, and we'll take a look at how close we're getting to the record highs coming up.
All right, thank you, Danielle. Well, we have plenty more to cover on the capture of Casey White and Vicky White. When News 19 at 6:30 returns, we'll speak live to a former U.S. District Attorney on that capture today in Evansville, Indiana.
And as we go to break, here's a look at Wall Street stocks deepening their losses today, sending the S&P 500 to its lowest close in more than a year. At closing, the Dow Jones Industrial Average was down 654 points. The Nasdaq fell 521 by the end of trading, and the S&P 500 lost 132. There he is.
Welcome back, Mr. Town.
Hey, I'm back.
You're back.
Back for a return engagement.
Yeah. Hey, sorry you guys are losing Paul, but, you know, maybe you can get somebody who's competent in that spot. You know what I mean?
You want to come?
Yeah, have you applied yet?
Yeah, I'm getting my resume together. It needs a little dusting off.
Maybe a close race between you and Jess Brown. I mean, who knows?
Yeah. Well, maybe we can do it, as sort of cohorts,
Yeah.
and really take the news in different directions depending on the hour of the day.
I like it.
I like that idea.
Oh boy.
And we got
he's a good guy. I'm going to miss him.
We've got 3 questions for you, and most of it has to do with them being brought back.
And the charges they
like
the
extradition process, you mean?
Yeah.
Or is there anything else you would prefer to discuss?
No, that's fine. Would you ask me, what this took 11 days, but they caught the guy. What message does that send to bad guys? I have the answer is that this is why you develop relationships at all levels of law enforcement before this type of thing happens, so that you can coordinate and execute investigations like this and bring people back to justice. And all the good guys get to go home safe tonight, right? It's a big win.
Yeah. We'll do that. We'll touch on that.
And then we talk about governor's warrants and extradition and stuff.
Okay.
That's fine.
Neato. After an 11-day manhunt, the former Assistant Director of Corrections at the Lauderdale County Detention Center, Vicky White, and murder suspect Casey White are back in custody. As we've been telling you, they were captured this afternoon in Evansville, Indiana, after their vehicle crashed following a chase. Joining us now live to get a better understanding of what happens next is former U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Alabama, Jay Town. Jay, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me, guys. Good to be with you as always.
All right, so Jay, Lauderdale County Sheriff Rick Singleton said he's not sure when the two will actually be brought back to North Alabama. We do know Vicky's in the hospital right now. What is the process for extraditing someone?
So all the 50 states have sort of treaties with one another where the governors agree that if a fugitive is captured in their state, that the state from which they fled can apply for what's called a governor's warrant, and they'll be extradited. It normally takes less than 30 days. It could be even sooner than that if they don't fight extradition or not. Now, Vicky White might have some injuries that would prevent her from traveling safely back to Alabama in the short term. But my guess is that Casey White will be back in Alabama by the weekend.
Jay, there's always a chance, as you said, that either of them could fight extradition. If they do, what happens then? They're not going to be able to escape justice here in Alabama, are they?
No. The really only sort of detail there would be that they're not the people that Alabama's looking for. Casey White is not the Casey White that escaped from the Lauderdale County lockup. So there's really not going to be a defense to that. And if they want a hearing, they'll get every helping they can get of it. But they're still going to find their way back to Alabama, and they're going to face justice back here. Casey White's breathed his last breath of fresh air today.
Now, Jay, the sheriff said he doesn't plan on sending any of his people to Evansville to help bring them back, that they are in the custody of U.S. Marshals who've really kind of been leading the charge here over these last few weeks. What will they do with them when they do finally come back to Lauderdale County?
So, if she comes back, if she survives her self-inflicted wounds, then she's going to be charged with a number of felonies, and she's going to face time in prison, and especially given the manhunt and the size of this and the nature of the person that she helped escape. And Casey White is going to continue to face his charges in Lauderdale County and serve the term that he's already in prison for. I wonder, though, if we're not going to find out that the whole I confessed to a capital murder to get me back to Lauderdale County might have been a ruse just to get him back to the county so she could bust him out. And so, you know, we'll find out some of those details maybe down the road. But they've been planning this. I bet we find out they've been planning this for months, if not years. This isn't something that just happened in the last couple of weeks. This has been going on, I think, for a long time. And this was a way for him to get back to Lauderdale County. It was the quickest way and the only way that he could get back where she could bust him out.
Yeah, Jay, you just mentioned earlier today, Sheriff Singleton said in his news conference, he said most escapes from county jails aren't planned, they're just spontaneous. There was clearly a lot of planning that went into this. Does that affect how they're charged?
Well, I mean, no, I just think it affects the amount of evidence that there will be against them, right? I mean, there's just going to be a mountain here. And it's really important, you know, look, the coordination, first of all, the United States Marshal Service, best manhunters in the business. You don't want them chasing you, and they've been chasing them since day one, and they got their man and their woman today. But the coordination between the different agencies, you got 3 different sheriff's offices in 3 different states. These 2 have traversed across 4 state lines. There's local PD involved, the FBI, and then the marshals, of course. And this is why you develop those relationships ahead of time so that you can execute and you can coordinate investigative actions like what happened today. Very successful. All the 2 bad guys are going to go to jail, go to prison. They've been captured, and then all the good guys get to go home. This was a success. Nobody liked that it took 11 days, but nobody else was hurt. And I think this is a big win for law enforcement, and they should all be commended.
Jay, what does it say about law enforcement and the public when they work together on something like this? This story has been national ever since it happened a week ago last Friday. To be able to put the description of these people out there, the types of vehicles that they were, even though driving, although they really knew what kind of vehicle they had switched over to, but they didn't want it out, but they later found it abandoned in Tennessee. What does it say about the coordination and working with law enforcement between the public and those 2?
Jerry, that is such an important point. And we've been saying, you know, we usually do it and say it sort of in a terrorist type scenario, see something, say something. But really, without the citizens doing their job, you know, and they see something that looks familiar, or that looks like something I saw on the news, or that's out of place, and they inform law enforcement and let the professionals do their job. And of course, that's what happened here. Somebody saw something that was out of place. And they saw it in Evansville, and it might have matched the description, and they found these 2 in a hotel. And that is so important at every level of law enforcement, not just on manhunts like this, but even just if it's outside your front door and you're seeing something that doesn't look right, let the authorities know. They'll come and investigate it and determine if, in fact, there's criminal activity going on, and they'll bring those people to justice. But we have to have in law enforcement, we have to have concerned citizens that are willing to act. And that's what happened in this case. And that's really why these 2 are in custody, along with the enormous manpower that was put into it by all the agencies I mentioned earlier.
Jay, real quick here before we go, just in your experience of working in law for a very long time, are you surprised these 2 only made it to Indiana?
I'm surprised they hunkered down in Indiana because they've been there probably for 6 days or so, maybe longer. I'm surprised that they didn't continue to switch cars and keep buying new cars in every other state. It would have been just tremendously difficult for law enforcement to just kind of continue to keep up with that, or get on a bus and head for the border, either north or south. But they might have ran out of money. There might have been some other medical issue that prevented them from doing that, or they might have just wanted the heat to die down. But that was the first mistake that they made, really, in this entire escape, was just staying in Evansville. And it led to their capture. I'm glad they made the mistake. Criminals are stupid a lot of times, and these 2 proved it tonight.
All right. As always, Jay Town, good to have you with us. You're very insightful, and we appreciate your time.
Always. Anytime, guys.
Thank you. Danielle?
We'll be tracking that heat, how close we're going to get to the records, and I'll let you know when that humidity will start to build across our area.
Hola.
Now, your Weather Authority forecast, sponsored by Greenway of the Shoals. No fees whatsoever on your next car. A new way, the right way. GreenwayoftheShoals.com.
Welcome back into weather. We've got a really nice shot for you here out of Albertville as the sun begins to set. 72 degrees. We've got a south wind at 3 miles per hour, and it feels really comfortable there with a dew point of 55. In Gurley, we also have the sunshine to enjoy, so any of your outdoor plans here for the rest of tonight are looking good. Temperature-wise, we're in the mid-70s in places like Scottsboro and Winchester, Tennessee. It's 74 in Fort Payne, been running a little bit warmer across northwest Alabama. Also running a little more humid with our dew point at 64 out in the Shoals and in Russellville. 60-degree dew point in Huntsville. And again, you start pushing dew points up over 60. It begins to feel a little bit on the humid side, and then comfortable feel to the air here across northeast Alabama with those dew points down in the mid to upper 50s. For us, we're looking at a pretty pleasant start to the morning tomorrow. Our sunrise at 5:48. We'll have plenty of sunshine as the sun comes up with winds out of the southeast around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And those air temperatures are going to be climbing to the mid-60s by 8 a.m. You're going to need the sunglasses all day long. You're also going to need to keep hydrated, especially if you've got to get out and mow your lawn. Maybe you want to do it early in the day as the temperatures are still going to be in the mid-60s at 8 and low 70s at 10. And then look at daytime highs climbing to the low to middle 80s out there with that sunshine. So it will run cooler in Fort Payne and places like Scottsboro, Athens about 85, Moulton checking in at 86. Temperatures will climb as we head into Wednesday, and so will the humidity. We're going to look at temperatures in the upper 80s, closing in on 90 degrees. It'll be close on Wednesday, and by Thursday we're still in the upper 80s, mid 80s Friday and Saturday. Again, keep in mind the average high temperature is 81. As we take a look at our forecast versus the record, you can see on Tuesday the record high is 94 from 1936, and that was a pretty hot month for us as well. You can see 95 is the record on Wednesday from 1936, and the record on Thursday is from 1962. It's 92 degrees. So we do look to be several degrees off from the record high, but still pushing above average for us as we head into the extended forecast. Speaking of, here's a look at the Shoals in Sand Mountain. On your Tuesday, 87 out in the Shoals, 83 Sand Mountain, so running a little cooler there as always. And as you see, as we head into the rest of the week, we've got some mid 80s to low 80s out in Sand Mountain, running a little bit hotter out in the Shoals. And a look at our forecast here. We've got a slight rain chance for some spotty showers come Wednesday. That's when the humidity will build a little bit, and then a more comfortable feel, but still very warm for Thursday and Friday, and then slight rain chances headed into the weekend.
All right, beautiful week ahead though, for sure.
At least the weather's quiet.
I know, right? You guys have been busy.
It's been a fun day.
Been a busy day.
Yeah.
By the way, we will have the latest on the capture of Vicky White and Casey White coming up tonight on News 19 at 9 and News 19 at 10.
But until then, for the latest, you can always check out WHNT.com. Thanks so much for joining us.